there, Mike Hathaway for Big Dog Labs. We're going to move on to the third installment of our developing a Drupal Development Environment virtual machine and do the final piece of it, which is install Drush. Drush is a command line program that runs in a Unix environment, and it allows you to control Drupal with simple commands. We're going to be doing a video on Drush later, but basically, if you're going to have a development environment, you really want to have Drush installed. So we're going to install Drush, do the couple of configuration pieces required, and then we're going to actually download Drupal using Drush because it is so simple. Just to give you an example of the power of Drush. So the first thing I'm going to do is log into our server VM. Remember, our password for the VM is Drupal. Again, the finished virtual machine with Drupal installed will be available online at bigdoglabs.com. So now I'm going to go to the opt directory, and I'm going to download Drush. We're going to use the sudo command and the wget command. So we do this as root, and then I'm going to download Drush. In order to do that, I simply need to bring up my web browser with Drush on it, copy the Drush location. I'm getting Drush off of course, drupal.org /project/Drush. Let me go ahead and paste it right in here like that, and I'll hit enter, and it should download it right now. It's resolving and doing all of its little things to bring it down. There we go. Now we have Drush. So if I look at there, I have Drush. So now I'm going to go sudo tar-xvf, which is to unpack it. Do drush-7.x. So I'm just typing in the name of the file that I downloaded. It will probably be a different name when you develop your environment, just because they are constantly updating Drush, adding more features to it. I like to go ahead and rm remove the Drush download I did. We'll just do it the easy way here. One of the reasons why I like to work in the terminal program versus in the viewer built into our virtualization software is copy and paste works much better. There we go. So now we have Drush. Now we need to give Drush the ability to run, and to do that we're going to go sudo chmod u+x. I forgot to put in chmod-r u+x Drush, and that's going to give everything in our Drush folder the ability to execute. Now we need to create a link in order for the command to show up in our commands. Right now, if I type in Drush, nothing will happen because it's not currently installed. So to basically install it or make it a usable command, we're going to type in ln-s. We're going to create a link, and we're going to do opt/ which is the directory we put Drush into, the Drush directory, and then the actual Drush program, so Drush, and then we're going to point that to our user local bin, just like that. And of course, when we do that, we got to use the sudo command or do as root. Now that that's done, if I type in Drush, it's going to give me an error because I'm missing one installed module, but it will run. It's going to tell me, and this is really weird, our config file for the PHP CLI, which is the command line version of PHP that we installed, called mcrypt, has basically this line up here generates an error, and it's just a line telling us what it is. It's the encryption. So all we gotta do is delete that line in this etc php5 cli conf.d. Anyhow, by removing it, now type in Drush, and then it's going to tell us that we're missing a pair package called console table. Okay, we have to install the pair console table library. In order to do that, we're going to type in sudo pair install console table, and that will install that particular library for us. Once that is installed, when I type in Drush, Drush will then run properly, but we need to wait for it to finish installing. It's going to download it and compile it. Now it's all set and installed. So now if I type in the word Drush, it'll give us all the Drush commands. There's a lot of options. So now we're going to install Drupal using Drush, and this is going to be very simple. I'm going to go to the var directory. So on a Linux environment, the web directory, the initial web directory that's set up by default is /var/www. So you see my www directory right there, and I'm going to install Drupal using Drush. Now, there are a bunch of ways to do it. There's probably a better way to do it than how I do it, but I'm just going to do it my way. I'm going to do sudo drush dl Drupal. And Drush is now going to go online. It's going to bring down the latest version of Drupal 7. So if I type in ls, there's Drupal 7 right there. So what I'm going to do is remove the www directory. I'm going to move Drupal-7.0 and make it the www directory. Now I do ls, there's my www directory. And if I go in, you can see that it is an actual Drupal directory. Just that simple. I've just installed Drupal in one command, or basically two commands. That is the beauty of Drush. Once Drush is running as a development environment, it's very easy because Drush can download and install modules, remove modules, delete things. You can use it for packaging, Drupal for delivery. There are many Drush commands, more than I can do in this quick video. But Drush is very important. If you want to do Drupal development, you want to play with Drupal, and you want to have your life be easy, you're going to need to learn to use Drush, and you're really going to enjoy it. Drush was the last piece, so now we have created our Drupal development environment. We have a virtual machine that has Drupal installed that we can easily make changes and do whatever we want with it. So that is it. Again, you can download our VM ready to go online at bigdoglabs.com. And once again, I am Mike Hathaway for Big Dog Labs. Enjoy your Drupal development time.
Some of the music provided from Mevo's Music Alley. Check it out at music.mevo.com.